Today I want to tell you about one of the most controversial national holidays, so much that some places don't even call it by its name anymore. I'm talking about Columbus Day. We celebrated Columbus Day about a week and a half ago. This year was on October 9th. It's normally celebrated on the second Monday of October. So today I want to tell you about Christopher Columbus a little bit. I want to tell you why it's a national holiday, and some of the controversies that make it such a controversial national holiday. So Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer. He was contracted with the Spanish monarch. That's who funded it. He set sail in 1492, headed towards Asia, trying to find a really fast trading route, so he could start trading with the Asians and get spices and things back to the Spanish monarch. He didn't arrive in Asia though. He actually arrived in the Caribbean islands. He took 4 trips to the Caribbean islands, and it wasn't until his 3rd trip that he had realized that he had landed in a completely different place and he wasn't in Asia at all. So that's kind of a little bit about Christopher Columbus and how this Italian explorer set sail. So the holiday though was actually founded in 1937, and that's when it became a national holiday. It was founded by President Roosevelt. President Roosevelt founded the holiday, and before he founded it though, it was actually celebrated by different states and different places, and it was celebrated long before that. So the reason that Christopher Columbus is celebrated for the person who discovered America, even though he never landed in North America, is because he was the first person to write letters home while he was on his adventures. And he was the explorer who kind of set sail to discover a new world and create a new world and colonize an actual new world for his home country and for the Spanish monarch. They say that Viking explorers led by Leif Erikson actually got there 500 years before he did, and there were indigenous people there when he arrived. So the controversy comes, and the reason that it's such a big deal is because when he arrived, there were indigenous people in the Caribbean islands, and he slaughtered a lot of them, and it was actually considered genocide because he wiped out entire native people while he was on his expeditions, and he gave them blankets that had diseases in them, but the people didn't realize there were diseases in them, and they didn't have an immune system built up to the European diseases. So it was just mass amounts of death happened while he was here, and it's really sad. And a lot of states have actually, and a lot of cities have gone to calling this Indigenous Peoples Day instead of Columbus Day. They've changed the name of it entirely, and some of the places where there's Columbus statues of Christopher Columbus, they throw red paint on it throughout that holiday. So one thing that you can learn from Christopher Columbus though is that if you set forth goals, you can reach them. And Columbus actually once said about goals, he said, by prevailing over obstacles and distractions, one may unfailingly arrive at his chosen goal or destination.